What's good, y'all? What's good? You probably saw my other video where, I was mad. I was mad at the victims' names being leaked. And it's just like, this has to do with the Biz situation. It's just sad because this man, this man jumped on another panel after saying he was done talking about the situation. And he decided to jump on a panel, and his excuse is, I owe it to such and such person. A grown man owes it to such and such person, and literally made it worse. And at insult to injury, he's laughing on the panel about these DUIs. He's laughing in the panel about the recollection of the case. He's laughing in the panel about the victim. Like, that's what I saw. I didn't see remorse. And it's just, now it has me scratching my head. How do you feel sorry for an individual who just is using excuses? And at this point, I'm just like, hey, do your thing. Because your friends, the ones who defended you and battled for you, the ones that you actually owe, because you owe them, the real friends, by listening to them, and you didn't even listen to them. That's disrespectful. They told you stop jumping on panels. They said stop jumping on panels, no matter who the panel is. Just get off the panels and focus on what you're supposed to do. And you're jumping on panels. And then you're hoping that third-party people clear your name. What? Usually, if you need to clear your name, you clear your own name. But at the same time, since you said so much, there's no need to continue it. If a third-party person comes out with information, their side's going to listen to them and believe them. The rest of the people are not going to care. It's not going to change the mind of some people. In your situation, not other people, because there's other people who have different situations, especially with expungement, because expungement is a tricky situation, because, expungement, not, but we're focused on your situation. Just because you get it expunged doesn't absolve you of your past. Or basically, let me fix this. It doesn't absolve you of lying to people and not telling the truth about who you were. No one's perfect, but if you're going to come on this on these panels and talk tough and make shows being gangster and yelling at people and talking about streets and you're this and that, then when you get exposed, you don't know how to speak. You become brain like, wait, what? That's why I'm telling, like, man, if you come into YouTube to make money, to teach people, you got to grind. Because what I saw from him is, let me explain to you what I saw from him. He was getting 50 views. I don't get a lot of views myself, right? And he wanted to get a bunch of views. So he realized in this sector, to get the views, you got to disrespect, you got to beef, you got to talk tough, and you got to do all this stuff. But the thing that's crazy is, you have an example in front of you. You have the meal ticket who came back, revamped his channel, made it an open space for everybody to speak, even the people who are enemies, and he's getting the views he deserves because it's a place where people who don't even like each other sometimes go to speak. You have other people in your circle that shows you how to, get these views without having to sell out. And you know how people talk about jump out the window? You jumped out the window for some clout. You changed who you were as an individual because you were not this person who talked tough. And then now you're in a situation where your whole life is on the internet. You're doing reckless things like leaking, doxing, if you want to say, victim's name, mixing information up about your past and having third-party people speak on your behalf. And you were and talking about, I could have took it out 3 years ago. And then on the panel, you had the nerve to say, well, if I get it taken out, if I get it expunged, who's laughing now? Wait, what? What? Imagine being a victim of that and then the person has to do it for 20, 15 years, but let's just say they did it. Let's just say in the scenario where they did it, and then the person gets off and they're like, well, it's off. I didn't do anything wrong. In my state, there's teachers who get like 10, 15, 20-year probation, plea deals, so they don't get on the registry list. They get these little weird sweetheart deals. It's this is how the world works. But it doesn't mean you get a pat on the back. It's crazy how this world works, man. And it's just like, I really hope, like if I'm in a situation where someone did that, I'm gonna have to be careful, because you don't know who's around you. You don't know how people get down. You don't know on this internet that a person may be coddling, or what's that word? Trying to save a sick individual in their real life. You don't know if you're talking to a sick individual in real life right now, because this internet has made everybody act like they're saints and create a new persona to get away with crimes. People tend to evade questioning and evade accountability. They latch themselves, or B, they are already the figurehead, the big dog, the celebrity. Yes. And the people are like, ooh and ah. And they don't care. The fans don't care. As long as they can get near the celebrity. And some people want to be the celebrity so bad they'll do anything. That's why you can never sell out your morals. You can start out from 5 views and start making 100,000 from hard work. That's why I got respect for people, a lot of people in this sector. We got brothers who are actually doing giveaways for the kids and telling their story. This is an example of what not to do. Jumping on panels, talking and talking and talking, saying a bunch of stories and hoping that third-party people clear your name, which doesn't really matter. Being forced to pay money to a lawyer to clean your name when you should have done it. Everything comes back full circle. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Either A, fallout's going to happen for homie. Or B, every time he's on a panel, someone who has an issue with him is going to use that against him. It doesn't matter if he's a former SO or if he's a current, they're going to use it against him. All I got to say is be easy on these YouTube streets. Make your money, but just do it the right way and handle your business. Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody keeps it 100. But keep yourself 100. I know I'm going everywhere, but everything connects. And to biz, look yourself in the mirror, homie. Hey, and if you feel like, hey, no, you did nothing wrong, you feel like you good, then that's you. But it's reckless stuff you've been doing, leaking, accidentally leaking victims' names, where people had to tell you leaked it, not listening to your real friends, jumping on panels because you, as a grown man, you think you owe people stuff, talking tough. But hey, man, do you? Because what they say, only God could judge you, right? It is what it is, man. Y'all stay up. Peace.